Welcome back, everybody, here to the VHEL Spring 26 playoffs. We are here and good to go for our semi-final here in Division 1. The West High Vikings, they were the 2 seed coming out of the playoffs. They got a bye through the quarterfinals, and they find themselves here against Centennial, a team who finished the regular season pretty low on the standings, but they've already defeated a team that finished above them in the quarterfinals, and they are looking to once again make that happen here in the semis. Is already a very explosive early fight here, as we'll see. For the moment, it's a pretty standard Ramatra mirror here. A couple of changes in the comp, of course, is Ivy going to be the first death of the round here. 2U's Farah going to continue to be a little bit of an annoyance here. We'll see Blobby trying to tank up as much as they can on this Ramatra here, holding down the front line and making sure this point doesn't get flipped away for the moment. Alt form going to come out for Blobby. King Size, though, looking to chase them down, try and force some pressure as Evan's corner actually going to go down here. And if Blobby can stay alive, this could get really dangerous now, as again, the first point has not yet been captured. Could try and contest here, but no, it will be first possession grabbed up here by the side of the West High Vikings. As we'll see Blobby and King Size both fighting it out on point, trying to keep the pressure up right now here on map 1 in Lijiang Tower here. 2U very low, has to back away to the high ground here to safety. DP King Size forced into the alt form. Ghosty Boy gonna go down here. Blobby just gonna run it in on the Nem form here. King Size as well, walled off here, really nicely found by Lateralis here. As we'll see 2U's Farah trying to back away. The point will get flipped at 23%. And again, a very hectic first fight, very back and forth. Looked like Centennial won for a bit, then West High got the cap, and then Centennial able to flip it back in and get the fight win here. A couple of ultimates starting to come up here. You see for the side of West High have that far barrage Tranquility with the Kitsune Rush as well. On the other side, though, look at Blizzard already available. Orisa swap comes out for King Size. They'll be able to fortify their way out of that Blizzard, but definitely some other players here for the Vikings that won't have the same fate. Blizzard just gonna get thrown. They want to kill this Orisa, and they want to kill him now, but again, that Fortify gonna come out here. That Blizzard basically negated here. A rough opening ultimate for them, but Ghosty Boy gonna get thrown off the map by the Lucio Mirror. J-Dax gets Ajaxed on the beat. A perfect headshot by Evan's corner, potentially saving the fight, but Devilish Joker looking to keep the pressure up, able to take down 2U as the tank Ramatra charges on the side, trying to get them off this Kitsune Rush path here to burn away that Kiriko ult of Tranquility. We'll see King Size go down. Ivy will get traded as the point trying to be flipped. Blobby just needs to touch this top it, but they will play it a little bit slower here as Devilish is able to take down Evans, and now it's the 2 supports here. They'll be joined by the Farah on a reset, trying to hold. We'll get back up here. West High will get to a bit higher percent here. Devilish steps off for a moment. Looks like 35% to the now Centennial, 51 and counting. And again, you have a team here who got, I believe, second to last in the regular season in terms of standing. Centennial, the only team they beat was Neo City, who in terms of standings. So it was a rough regular season for them. But again, they took down XPL AUG Ghost, who finished the season in 3rd. And now they're looking to take down the team who finished in 2nd in the West High Vikings. And it's a nice start to round 1. Protocol Override going to come out here for the Ombre, trying to find some value here. Is able to take down Ghosty Boy. Evan's corner goes down as well. Barrage focused solely on the Ramatra, but the rest of the team is still running over the Vikings right now. There goes King Size, Tranquility into you. 85% now, and we'll see here, expecting J-Days potentially on this Lucio. Yeah, they're going to go taxi the Ramatra back, get them back just a little bit quicker as we see the opposite Lucio here. Ghosty Boy trying to find something. Once a flank on the right side here. Has beat, so they do have some tools they can try and use, but he has to touch here, and he dies before that beat can get utilized properly. Didn't lose it, so if the team can stall the fight, he'll be back with it, but with Ghosty Boy and 2U both taking an early fall in the fight, Evan's corner going to join here. King Size dropping the ultimate of Blizzard, though, is going to put them in a really rough spot. King Size is down, and Centennial, it's only 1 round, not even an entire map yet, but this is a great start to the upset for them, as again, would definitely be very interesting to see. Again, you have the 2 seed and the 6 seed fighting here in the semifinal in a league that only has 7 teams. And then on the other side of the bracket, I do feel it worth noting, obviously, XPL West Texas Kraken had pretty much a perfect season, barely lost any maps. They got the round 1 bye as well. They are taking on Lancaster High, who took a BO5 win over the side of Central Union, a very close series between them. So as these teams are playing, the West Texas Kraken and Lancaster High Varsity Overwatch are taking each other on as well in another BO5 to try and figure out which team will be in on our grand finals, but obviously we're focused here right now on this matchup between the 2 and the 6, as we'll see if the Vikings can do anything here, and they are going to pull out All Reliable. For anyone who has seen some of our previous West High games, this will be no news to you, as Mauga is going to become the solution for anything they face here. Ivy, Devlis, Ghosty, Evans Corner, all going to go down pretty early here. Blobby, though, trying to stay in a safe position. 2U goes down, Lateralis is traded. Now it's the tanks and his support here. We'll see if the Mauga can hold on here. The Kiriko should be able to keep them alive, but the point hasn't even unlocked yet, so we'll see it go open now as Blobby just gonna look to tank up as much as they can, try and shield dance here. Ult form comes out when the stomp comes out. Now King Size has to drop the cardiac overdrive here, trying to stay alive. King Size, though, pushing pretty far forward here. Blobby trying to turn the damage around, but the Kiriko Suzu is gonna come out in time to keep King Size healthy. All 5 players have returned, and a Lucio thrown off the map again. This time it's Jadace being sent back to the spawn. Blobby and King Size do both go down as well here, so both tanks currently missing, but looks to be a little bit rough right now in terms of a take for the side of Centennial. As we'll see for the moment, again, trying to keep a little bit of aggression here. They're still holding the point for West High. Mauga, though, going to be a little bit slower, as we'll see a stomp come through. Trying to focus on this Ombre here. We'll be able to get back to a bit of safety, but they're going to follow through and finish off Devlis. Ghosty Boy thrown off the map, but he recovers. But look at Blobby. Takes down the double DPS of West High here. The Ramatra finding some really nice value in the middle of this fight. We'll get sat by a stomp here, as King Size looking to keep the DPS up. Good support, though, to keep Blobby on their feet. Stomp comes out. Kitsune rush as well. Tranquility going to become the new target, able to take a jump over. Nice hop through the window here for Tranquility, able to stay on their feet just a little bit longer, a little bit more damage on Blobby. A very aggro Blizzard comes out, and now we have to just get in the cage fight to try and take down this Mauga, but the Mauga is going to win the fight. King Size now up to 50% on the objective, and his team will continue to count. Only 7% able to be grabbed there by Centennial. As we'll see for the moment, again, look at the ultimates. Annihilation available for Blobby here. They have their Kiri, the double support ults coming up pretty soon. Ombre at 70 as well. The West High side currently a very good lead in the round, and they have 3 ultimates above that 70% ratio. Of course, the 2 that weren't used in that last team fight. As we'll see Blobby here, ult form comes out, looking to charge just at the back line. Definitely could see Annihilation. Here it comes, popped it in, but there's so much damage. Blobby's HP tanks to under half HP, and now it's going to be the beat coming out here from the side of Ghosty Boy. Jadace has the beat of their own, but the Annihilation shouldn't have much longer on it here. Just going to go into hiding. Blobby, very low HP, has to get healed up. Barrage comes out, but you're not going to get good value on the ground level. Stomp comes through. King Size, though, is going to go down. Tranquility does find their kill here onto the side of Ivy, is actually King Size's burn going to be the one credited with the kill. But at the end of the day for West High, it's not that bad. Still up 90% to now 15, as we'll see the Lucio Ghosty Boy simply regrouping with the rest of the team. Vara going to try and farm up a little bit of the ult that they just ended up burning out. As we'll see West High trying to charge into the side of the fight here. Protocol Override comes out here. It's going to be Devlis Joker trying to stay away from Farah, as Lateralis finds the big right-click shots there to take down the Farah. Tranquility kills Devlis, but there's just no way to heal this Mauga now, so he's playing 1v4. Pops up the window. King Size goes down, and Tranquility trying to save the Mauga could actually lead to another kill, and indeed it will. Tranquility just nowhere to go. 2U swaps over to the Tracer here, so definitely trying to find something to do here. They think that this Farah just not getting the value it needs to, as we'll see it now. Basically one fight territory for West High on the round. If they win a fight, odds are they will close out this second round and bring us to round 3. And Centennial in a bit of a tougher position, likely looking at 2, maybe even 3 fights to win it. B comes out, though, by Jadace here, trying to get a nice start, as Evans Corner did drop this ultimate here on this Sojourn, the overclock. But look at the Blizzard! Blizzard's gonna go huge here, finds Evans Corner and Ghosty Boy. They'll get finished off by the May right clicks. 2U's Tracer trying to get on the point here, trying to one-tap Devlis. Recall comes out, definitely could get a kill on this Ombre, but on the front side, the cage fight, holding them off point for the moment here. They will be able to break through and go forward. There goes King Size as well, as we'll see what changes the side of West High want to make in the final moments here, if any. Sojourn sitting in spawn for a moment is going to swap over to the May themselves, as they think one last final attempt here, but 2U, it's a horrible time to be staggered out. Tracer's quick at least, but you have to touch here. The Mauga's just going to have to go in, as you see him run by there on the screen. Blobby trying to work on the back line, but here it is. King Size able to flip the sides for the moment, get on point to keep this overtime going. They are going to get the flip here. 99-99 is inbound. Double Kitsune Rush comes out. Blobby has Annihilation available. Pulse Bomb is going to be available for the side of 2U as well here, as we'll see for the moment, though. Lateralis finds their Mirror, and now Mauga in a bit of a tough position, trying to just stay on the point. Jadace goes down here to the Pulse Bomb to you. Not going to get picked up by the Mauga either. The tanks just walking at each other, but the Mauga going to be the one to win the matchup. Kingsize, though, still does end up going down to the Ravenous Vortex. Tranquility fighting out the Mirror here, as we'll see 2U, the Tracer, just trying to fly around, keep pressure on anything they can. Cryo comes out here. 2U has to get off the point. Recall comes back out, as again, the Tracer doing everything they can right now for the West High Vikings, but practically on their own here. The May in the area as well. 2U goes down, and now it's Evan's corner solo stalling here. It's going to be the Doomfist swap, actually, not the Ramatra. Blizzard comes out. The second king size shows. They're just going to freeze him, hit him with 5. Lucio's here to contest as well, but West High really feels like you have no world in now. I like the swap by Blobby. They know they only need to win the one fight, so why not go the tank that's guaranteed to get back quickest? And they go over to the Doomfist, and Centennial get a nice round 1 upset here. Again, they had a very rough regular season, but they've turned it on here in the playoffs, as we'll get a Lateralis play the game here and see how this May is able to pilot things. It's going to be this Blizzard in round 2. It's a nice double, almost a triple freeze. Really nicely done here by this May, as again, despite Centennial's record in the regular season, they were definitely able to show a couple of nice results on stream. Some good efforts. We know earlier in the season, I believe week 2, they took down Central Union in a clean sweep, and we saw them again against Lancaster earlier this month, I believe 2 or 3 weeks ago in week 7, had a game 5 against Lancaster, which went very, very, very close down to the wire, but ended up getting it taken by Lancaster, who do still stay in the playoffs, again on that other side, having a lot of BO5 games go to that 5th and final map, but we'll have to wait and see now for the moment. Lijiang Tower is out of the way, and the question for West High is, what do you want to go to next? And unfortunately, because we're going to hybrid, it doesn't really end up being a question. Kings Row going to be the selection. We'll have to wait and see exactly where we want to go in terms of comp, as again, one common trend we've seen with West High, they rarely start on the Mauga, but once around a point something goes wrong, they typically end up swapping back over to it, and obviously the composition they're playing aside from the Mauga by all means can have some decent success before they swap back, but by the end of most of the maps we've seen them, they definitely commonly end back on things like that Mauga. But we'll have to wait and see exactly what it is going to be. I believe back in week 6 it was, we saw the Kraken get a clean sweep over West High, and they just continued trying to figure out what was going wrong, what they could do about it, and the Mauga was just not enough for that one. But not quite against the Kraken there, the undefeated team, who again, yet to lose out on a series this season. As Kings Row is the pick here, we'll have to wait and see exactly what the comps are going to be, which does, again, reopen this question for Centennial. We saw the majority of the time they played on the Ramatra, but we've definitely seen Blobby playing quite a decent amount of other characters over time in terms of exactly what they want to go. Obviously, Ramatra has definitely been one of the leading characters, very strong in this current mid-meta, so obviously we'll wait and see exactly what the solutions are. Wouldn't surprise me if we just get double Ramatra. Maybe the Orisa will come back out for the side of Kingsize for a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see what it is going to be as we wait for the teams to get ready to go. We'll be back in a few minutes here with Map 2. And we're back here, map number 2 with compositions, truthfully. I'm not sure what else to refer to these as. Is we're seeing a couple of interesting things here, a couple of things that we do expect here. What's worth noting here in terms of what we expected here: Ombre for the side of Evan's Corner, Debless Joker, Kiri for the side of Tranquility Ivy. Ghosty Boy on the speed healer is going to opt for the Juno instead of the Lucio. Obviously, Kiri Lucio has been the defined meta for quite a while now, but they're going to step away from it a little bit here. Want to try the Juno out. The other DPS is going to be Pharah for 2U, Lateralis on Reaper, so definitely they're at least on-stream specialist characters here. And then the tank matchup, definitely the most interesting. It's Orisa versus Winston. So we'll wait and see here. It is going to be a high ground hold for the defensive side of the Vikings. I don't hate this. There's definitely been a lot of high ground pushing on Kings Row, so I don't hate seeing a plan that is going to try and help defend that high ground a little bit. But here's the problem. They're just going to walk on point, and now you have to drop onto them. The Winston trying to punish it, running straight at Evan's Corner, but he just loses the 1v1. It's going to go down here as Evan's Corner gets the kill. Lateralis will be able to retrade here. Lateralis finds 2U in the air out the window. Absurd find for the Reaper. They're going to try and chase Juno down. Speed ring comes out, and again, with the death of Blobby, it's going to be a decent time here trying to hold on for the side of West High, but unfortunately that Winston already back from the respawn as Tranquility goes down. That Pharah and Ombre, though, not quite back yet, as we'll see the Orisa getting dived on. Spear comes down. Winston going to take a decent bit of damage, but they have no problem going back to the point. They're already arguably overextending, taking that fight past the Arch, but we'll see what the call is going to be. The defensive Vikings, they can try and charge in with Fortify Orisa spin, and that is going to be the call here. They're just going to send it onto the point here as J-Day's trying to keep everybody alive for the moment here on this Lucio. Ghosty Boy going to be the first casualty of the war. King Size taking a lot of damage as well. It will be a first point capture here for the side of Centennial, who again, having an absolutely fantastic start as Lateralis takes an aggressive shadow step and gets rewarded with another kill onto the flying Pharah. I have to anticipate 2U to change characters, and indeed to the Tracer they will go. Evan's Corner goes down as well as King Size. Tranquility found in the chaos as well. So we'll see exactly how many people they want to put on the cart right now, Centennial. I think saving time is good right now, considering you know how long it's going to be before these players get back. So I definitely think 2 or 3 people on the cart right now for just a little bit can make quite a bit of sense here. Maybe have Ivy teleport back up whenever they need to get back into the combat, but about now the players are returning, so maybe could definitely get off the cart here with one of our players, probably that Ombre looking to rejoin the fight. Is Ivy getting committed on it. Will be the swift step back over to the team, and it's just going to be a very passive angle here by Centennial. They don't want to try and take it too far forward. Kitsune Rush, though, potentially going to contradict that a bit. A nice Javelin spin to block away that Winston dive onto the back line, but he's still going to commit here on that next jump. They have King Size ISO'd, but unfortunately the healing not quite cut off completely, so King Size going to stay in a very healthy spot, and now in a 4v5, their tank half HP here. Blobby has to jump backwards here to try and stay alive here. 90% on Primal Rage is going to get pulled in by Orisa. Not quite lethal. B comes down. J-Day's looking to keep everybody alive, and if Blobby can get that ultimate, definitely a world they can turn this fight, especially once Lateralis has returned. Kitsune Rush comes down now. Ivy in a lot of danger here. Has to try and step away here with that swift step as Lateralis waiting as well. Look around for the Death Blossom here. Could pull the trigger at any time here, especially if they find a good opportunity to try and go on the aggressive. This Lateralis high ground here could have dropped right there and gone for it, but again, you have to be careful of a lot of things here. Notably, this Orisa Javelin could put you in a really rough spot, especially if you get caught before that Blossom starts to go off. As we'll see for the moment here, Reaper trying to find the right spot as 2U, looking to harass onto them. Wraithform comes out. Lateralis is going to stay on the aggressive front. Shadow step to the backside, and here we go. Tranquility and Evan's Corner both dead. The Primal Rage dive in, and they're just waiting for those ults, waiting for the right time, as it will be a really aggressive orbital ray, but the Winston does the exact right thing. Just get the tank out of it. You're in Primal Rage already, so I really don't like that orbital ray from Ghosty Boy. It just gets shut down immediately by an ultimate that's already been spent by Centennial. It's not like they can take the Winston ult back at that point, so definitely would have liked to see that orbital ray get held for the next fight, or potentially even dropped earlier if you can read that Death Blossom and Primal Rage jump in, but again, not that big of a problem here. We'll see if they can hold on regardless of it, as Ivy gonna head back to the team here, looking to keep Blobby healed up, of course, looking to stay with him as often as possible, but can't make that a permanent job as Wall comes out. King Size could be in a bit of danger here. Fortify Spin gonna come out to keep them alive. 2U on the Reaper now, trying to duel Lateralis on the high ground. Will be forced into Wraith form here for this this defensive Lateralis, as we'll see them back away here to the aggressive side once again, as they will look to re-harass here. King size walled off, gets chunked to about a third HP, but the healers doing their job in full here, able to keep everybody alive. Evans corner onto the Cassidy, does have Deadeye available as well here for the side of West High, has been farming that ult off. Arisa charges in, does get walled off though. Deadless going to be the only person to take damage to that slam down, as King size trying to stay alive here. Lateralis getting a bit of danger here. Rage form not going to be up in time, or at least didn't use it, so he'll go down early here. Kitsune Rush, Blizzard. We'll see exactly who gets caught in this Blizzard. Everyone going to get out of it. Evans corner, rather, going to be able to roll backwards as 2U. Going to go for a Shadow Step here, trying to stay on the aggressive front here, but 2U forced into an early Wraith form. B comes down now for the side of Centennial as they look to take down Tranquility, who gets back to safety with a Swift Step. But look at the chase here. They're chasing them into their spawn. Tranquility is able to take down J-Dace here, but forced into the spawn. This is almost going to be the full cap right now. 93%, 94. Blobby has ultimate. Blobby could just rip this Primal and try and help his team keep these players off point here, as it will be King size trying to stay stable here. 2U as well, and a bit of danger. Wraith form comes out, and again, Blobby did decide to drop that Primal, but really didn't get that much out of it. Held spawn for a little bit, and instead of wasting time and giving away ult charge, he just throws himself into the void, it looked like. Maybe got spun into it regardless, but the better play, just die off into the environment, as we'll see Lucio looking to try and get a position on the high ground here. You see him flying around on the left side of the screen here. As Reaper jumps up, will get booped right back off immediately. And again, they should know 2U has Death Blossom, as Evans corner, a beautiful early pick here on J-Dace, and really, for Centennial, you have to call off this attack. Back up, wait for your Lucio. Obviously, he'll recover quite quickly, but once he spawns, as he is back officially moving once again, he'll get flying away. As we'll see the rest of the team allowed to go back in now. They can try and play aggressive. J-Dace goes for a boop, almost got to you to burn something there, as Cryo comes out for the main. We'll see 2U here just firing away, really enjoying some of that new stuff, as we'll see for the moment here. Ult's coming out. Death Blossom is going to pressure down Evans corner into a death, but here we go. Okay, they got him. They most certainly got him there, as they drop the Arisa ult, Reaper ult, pull everybody in to that Death Blossom, and it is going to be an extremely quick team wipe. Well done there by West High, communicating exactly what they're looking to do, calming that Arisa ult. Reaper pulls the trigger at the right time for the team kill, but now you're in a bit of danger. It's a pure 5v5, no ultimates available. It's perks for everybody except for Deathless. I don't like this Vendetta swap here with the Winston, but maybe they'll be able to make it work regardless of my opinion on it. As we'll see, Ghosty Boy is just going to go down early here regardless of this swap. Deathless dives in, but again, you get chunked so quickly if you don't have a Zarya to help bubble you with the current state of Vendettas. We'll see Lateralis here teleporting in. They're going to try and pull the pressure away so Vendetta can get into the backline here. Doozy comes out here, but now the Deadeye going to force all 4 of these players just to stay hidden, as Ivy gonna have to jump over. They've swapped spawns. There are 5 players in this spawn here, and they're gonna go in now. It's gonna be the Lateralis coming in from the backside. Kitsune Rush comes out to try and keep both teams stable. It'll be Deathless dead, Evans dead here, as we'll see Tranquility go down as well. King size running out of healing here. 2U as well in a bit of danger. Both healers dead now for the defensive side of the West High Vikings. That's 4, that's 5, that's a team kill, and that is 37 seconds on the clock for Centennial. A very good round by them. I do think West High do deserve a little bit of credit there. That hold on the 3rd point was very solid. They burned a lot of time with a couple of key fight wins, but at the end of the day, the triple cap comes through. Centennial reigns supreme in round number 1. Again, didn't go as dominantly as it would have looked after maybe really even the 2nd checkpoint was grabbed. They were completely on fire. They do end up getting slowed out quite a bit, but definitely looking pretty stable right now for Centennial. Took a 2-0 on Li Jiang with a little bit of difficulty, and now they get a triple cap on Kings Row with, once again, a bit of difficulty. West High definitely showing why they are such a high-seeded team in terms of this division, but obviously it's Centennial who are definitely not showing why they're number 6, because they're playing absolutely fantastic. So definitely really well played by them for the moment, fighting well above their final standings here, guaranteed at the very least 4th place in the playoffs, and obviously if they're able to close off this BO5, they'll guarantee themselves a grand finals appearance. But take a look at the comps here. We'll get the offensive side. West High not going to the Malga here. They're going in with Ramatra, May, Farah, Lucio, Kiri, and then this defensive side is going to be Blobby on the Hazard, Lateralis, Sojourn, Debless, Joker, May. Interestingly, Lateralis not going to be the May for this composition, which again, a little bit abnormal for this team. And then Ivy, J-Dace, once again, back on Lucio, Kiri duty. Nothing too surprising there. As we'll see the aggression now, going to be far, looking for some nice early value here to you. Again, definitely has been one of their signature characters every time we've seen them on stream. As we'll see if they are going to be able to find some nice picks. As King Size just gets dropped down here. The walls are too much. It's a complete construction game for the side of Centennial here. They have Maywall and Hazard Jagged Spike Wall coming out here to try and hold people in. Is this a full comp swap? They sent 5 players back to spawn here, and they are looking around, but it ends up just being King Size on over to the Orisa here. And wow, that's a lovely shot by Lateralis, able to take down Evan's corner early here with a headshot. As we'll see King Size here looking to hold on. Here's Jadace just trying to poke around a bit. Lateralis, the one who just found that great pick. But look at this. They May wall and spike wall, and they are trapping King Size out of his own spawn here. And again, this is a beautiful hold right now by Centennial. They're just perfectly exploiting everything they can. And now West High, they feel they have to swap again. They see the Orisa, they said, you know what, it's not working. I do respect that flexibility. They see something, they don't think that any aspect of it is working, so they say, let's try something else. 2U swaps over to the Genji as well, but we'll see how much it can do. D.Va definitely has taken a little bit of a downstep in meta compared to some parts earlier in the season, especially back weeks 1, maybe weeks 1 to 4. D.Va was definitely reigning supreme in terms of the overall meta, but has definitely had some shifts here, but definitely still very capable here, and it's led them to the high ground here, as we'll see Blobby charging in here, blocking as much damage as he can. He needs to get some healing, as Lucio looking to catch back up to him to get him healed back up. 2U going to dive in, able to finish off Lateralis blood, though. The trade comes in. 2U ends up sacrificing themselves for that pick on the Sojourn, as D.Va flies to the high ground. Blobby, beautiful tracking, able to get the slash down immediately, as they're going to put the spike wall, and they're going to ISO the Sojourn. Sojourn goes down, Devlis finds the kill, and again, Downpour just going to get committed here. They want to close this fight off. Lucio able to get one, D.Va gets dropped as well, and now this Kiriko is completely stuck in the wrong part of the map here, standing still to try and die. It's a little bit rough. If it's any character other than basically just Kiriko, you just stand there and let them be AFK, but since it is that Kiriko, someone could come near them and they could swift step through the wall, get back to safety, and then the stagger doesn't even happen. So a little bit tough. Respect the decision just to take the kill there for the side of King Ace, as we'll see Jadace now, or Jadace rather, trying to just hold on here. Ghosty Boy finds the pick here. Nicely done there on the Lucio, as we'll see Blobby here looking to hold the front charge, trying to get some shots on it to this D.Va here, jumping in. Spike guarding themselves back out. Wall back up for them, but look at the D.Va here. Has a bomb available here, diving onto this backside, focusing on this Sojourn. It should be the triple cap now for West High. A nice fight, just bringing out pure explosiveness to try and overrun the players left, and it should end up working here. We'll see Hazard thinking about going back in. Kitsu Rush comes down. I mean, there's just no reason to be burning Kiriko over this. We're 2v5. If you want to go in and you want to just take the death to try and stall for a little bit more percent, that's fine. You can do that if you really want to, which I would still probably argue against, because you're going to get sent back to this very far away spawn. I mean, look around. You can just see them a little bit back there off to the side of the screen. Hazard still a mile away from making it here to the objective, but obviously the aggression by West High leaves him a little bit more relevant than potential, as King Size going to get damaged heavily. Is going to drop the pulse bomb once that mech back here. Don't hate the idea here, but obviously a little bit rough to lose the D.Va mech for no real value. As it will see it now, King Size just flying back over to the cart. 3 minutes are on the timer here for the side of West High. We'll see if they are going to be able to get anything after it. Blizzard comes out here. What will it find, though, for the May here? B going to come out here. It's going to freeze on it to both Lucio and Sojourn. Going to try and get double right-click onto Evan's corner's head, but it's not going to be lethal. There goes, though, 2U and King Size. A nice overclock committed by Lateralis here. We'll see how much more they can find with it. Evan's corner getting chased here by the Hazard. They will find that kill, and both healers going to get pinned into the Aldersworth Hotel, and they will go down for the team kill here. 2.5 minutes left. They have another probably 60-70 meters that they have to push on this objective. Blade and overclock available for the DPS here for the West High on the offense. Kiriko as well, 60% to that next Kitsune rush, but definitely looking a little bit rough here for some sides of this, but obviously we'll wait and see how West High want to try and get themselves out of this rough spot in the round. As for the moment, it's going to be the overclock committed. What can Evan's corner find with it, though, is going to be the key question, as it will be the downpour, traffic a lot of people together, as it will be King Size loses the mech, goes down right after, and again, you've lost your D.Va. The rest of this fight is just completely doomed for West High. Blobby gets back to safety as well, so the healing going to be enough to get them back to a stable position, and now they're just waiting behind the arch. The cart slowly moving backwards, slowly ripping away away all of that progress they got earlier. Again, gonna be even harder now, as Ivy does have to back away here. Genji pressuring the high ground here will be a little bit of a cause of concern, as we'll see Ivy here just looking for some long-range shurikens here, as we'll see at Blobby, again, just trying to find whatever they can, walls high, and now here we go, the Mauga has become the problem here. King Size heading back to old reliable. We'll see if it's reliable for Vikings, as Genji looking to be the main problem here. Blade comes down, or B comes down rather. Blade, though, going to be a little bit annoying here. Disruptor shot definitely leaving this Genji in a rough position, though, as it will be him going down for Jade Ace on the trade. King Size now trying to hold on here. Hazard jumping into the backside here. A lot of healing on him. Cardiac Overdrive comes out here. The Mauga trying to heal up as much as they can. Spike Wall going to block away the rest of that Mauga healing, but the healers will, of course, top him back up to full. King Size, nice stomp, but it's not going to actually commit to the Mei. And now with no stomp, they just say, why not Blizzard him? Blizzard King Size, and he goes down inside of it. Evan's corner goes down on the backside of the fight as well. Ghosty Boy in quite a little bit of danger as well, being chased down for the moment, but the Lucio able to ride back to a little bit of safety, but he will get caught at the end. Ivy finds that pick. 35 seconds, and again, Centennial, this team is down from the second best to they're against the second best seed, and they are in theory after the regular season again towards that lower side. So definitely looking absolutely fantastic today, taking a clean sweep on Lijiang Tower, and if nothing happens in the next 20 seconds, they're going to go up 2-0 with 5-1 in points. As we'll see for the moment here, Blobby trying to hold on here. It will be the... No, Evan's corner just goes down. Ivy finds the shot. Tranquility gets walled off as well. There goes Ghosty Boy. No healer right now. Tranquility trying to get back in, but again, the spike wall blocks away the healer, and it's just going to be Centennial 3-1 Kings Row, and West High in a really rough spot now. Again, they went, I believe, 4-2 in the regular season, so they definitely had a lot going for them there. Yeah, 4-2 in the regular season, losing obviously to the Kraken. Not sure who that other loss was against, but right now Centennial looking on fire, looking completely unstoppable here in the semifinal. Can't see the play of the game. It was this Arisa partnered with the Death Blossom, so again, well played to them for the success they got, but we'll have to wait and see for the moment where we're going to go for map 3, as it really does open a bit of a tough spot now for this side of West High, who again have to win every map left now. They have to just completely win out the entire rest of the day if they want to make their way to the final to face either the West Texas Kraken or the side of Lancaster High School, who again, we'll have to wait and see. Lancaster potentially could be in the middle of their own upset right now, but unaware of how the other series is going, we have nowhere to focus but our own. And West High, again, they got a bye in the quarterfinals, so potentially a little bit rusty in terms of actual competitive play here in VHEL, as we'll get a call for a break here from one of the teams, so we'll send it to one of our own. We'll be back here in a couple of minutes. Map 3 of the VHEL semifinals. Alrighty, we are back once again, and the Centennial side currently definitely not the favorites by seeding going into today, but going into Map 3, I definitely would argue it's a different story. They've looked fantastic in Map 1 and Map 2. Again, earlier in the season when these two teams played, it was a 3-1 for the Vikings in the group stage, or the round robin, I suppose, better terming, and now we'll see if they can close it down in a sweep to qualify for the finals. Centennial, obviously a very strong team over the course of VHEL history, but definitely a bit of a rougher set this Overwatch season. But here in the playoffs, they have been back on top of things here. As we'll see the comps here, Centennial looking pretty standard, a similar hazard comp to what we saw last time with Jadace in on the Wu Yang instead of the Lucio. And for the side of West High, All Reliable is back. What can Mr. Mauga get done this time? As Kingsize looking to charge in, but the hazard just jumps over the May wall, and again, maybe you're gonna have to consider changing quickly off this May because of that hazard jump, but we'll see for the moment here. Lateralis just gonna look to go forward here on the Reaper, trying to keep the damage up as he waits for a little bit of healing. As for the moment, the point about just now unlocking. Nobody in a rush to drop and capture. It wouldn't be surprised if one of the Kirikos maybe end up taking that spot. It will be the Lucio here for the West High, trying to cap it, as we'll see the May getting chased a little bit. Lucio as well, a little bit of danger, and Deblis finds the shot he needs. Now the point, trying to get flipped around. Centennial looking for the cap, but Malkit just hot drops onto point here with the support coming through perfectly. Kingsize gets executed. Evans Corner stalling a little bit on point. The grade form will end. He'll go down, and it's a disconnected team kill, I believe, in favor of West High. Actually, they didn't kill Tranquility, but functionally gonna work out the same. And the early swap comes out instead onto the JQ here. As we'll see Kings full size how they do on it. I do think 2U, at this point you got 78% of the, or 3/4 of the Blizzard. Hold on, use this first Blizzard, but I think what we just saw there, the hazard, he can just get over these May walls, so I don't think that the May is going to be the best pick of all time. Downpour comes out early here. It is going to catch the JQ, they'll get executed for it, and again, 2U now 90% on the Blizzard, but I don't think that this May is going to be the long-term solution for them, so I don't hate seeing the May go now. I don't hate seeing the May stay for Blizzard, but after the Blizzard, I definitely think that the May has got to go, as it will see it again. It's just going to keep getting good walls, but because we're on hazard here for Blobby, nothing's happening for them. So I do think it's a really good idea, a good pick, and a good hold for Centennial on this character. You just need to hold jump until May tries to wall you, and that's a great wall by Blobby. Walls cuts the healing line of sight, and they just blow up Kingsize. JQ really doesn't have any healing support outside of Adrenaline Shout. Is 2U here, gonna go down here. She holds onto the Blizzard once again. Obviously not a good chance to Blizzard in that fight, but 1-0 Centennial amidst their triumph campaign in the BO5 semifinals, as we'll see the next point begin here. 4 ults available for Centennial, everything but the downpour used. The opposite side of West High holding on to, of course, the Blizzard and a Kitsune Rush here. So I think that 2U definitely just needs to throw this Blizzard in the next fight here. We'll see him jump in as Blizzard Lobby just gonna back away here. It's not gonna get walled off quite yet, as it will be the title dropped now onto the Reaper. He's trying to catch up, but a nice wall defensively gonna keep Lateralis' title burst away. As we'll see this Kitsune Rush actually gonna get blocked by their own wall. They're not necessarily the greatest, but we'll see for the moment. Lateralis tries to go for an aggro ult, not gonna find too much. Evans Corner does get traded back into it though, so both Reapers are down. Ivy dead as well. Both B-drop gonna come down from the side of Ghosty Boy Blobby as well, trying to hold on, as again holding here. This is now the 4th fight, I believe, that we'll be entering while 2U is holding this Blizzard available. And again, if there's no chance to use it, there's no chance to use it, but I have to definitely think that they want to consider a swap. But if they don't, by all means, I suppose no reason to force it, especially considering that was a fight win without it. We'll see a Blossom available as well for Evans Corner, so definitely keep an eye out on the Reaper, as we'll see it 2U rotating around. Here comes the protocol override though. Deblis Joker just gonna send it early, wants to try and force some defensive util out. Tranquility though doesn't use any of it here. Goes down early. Jadace will get traded out by the JQ here, as we'll see the Blizzard come down. It should get 3 here. There we go. That's a beautiful Blizzard there by the side of 2U. Patience is a virtue, and it will reward them well, but Blobby trying to force the fight win backwards. Reaper versus Reaper on point here, but one of them have a Lucio, so definitely looks like the Vikings should be a little bit favored in this mini matchup here, as it will be the retreat by Lateralis. Teleports back over to the healers. Is now 70% to just 15. West High in favor there, as it will see for the moment here. Looking to hold on now, trying to get the last fight win for the side of West High to get their first objective in one of these neutral game modes. As we'll see it now, Kingsize charging in on the JQ, does have Rampage available, but doesn't want to use it too immediately here. Gonna wait for again the right time to use it here as they try and hold on. 99% will be reached here by the side of the Vikings. Ghosty Boy goes down early. Kingsize Rampage locks onto the back line here, but a beautiful Suzu going to negate almost the entire ultimate there. Obviously the dash not going to get blocked away, but Kingsize really gets no added value out of it here as the Blossom backside Evan's corner tries to turn it around, but unfortunately when you ult in a 1v5, even if you kill 2, that still leaves a lot of players in your way. So definitely a rougher ult there for Evan's corner. I say that the ult itself was nice. They got a double, which is always going to be nice, but just not necessarily the best position to get value out of what that ult brought you. So 99% to 40 now. Centennial currently lead 2-0 in the day, 1-0 on the map as Blobby looking to back away here. Knows he wants to be careful of the main wall. Jagged spikes come out from himself as we'll see Kingsize looking to lead the charge here on point. Death Blossom available here, and it's just going to get committed for the side of Ghosty Boy. Opposite side, it's going to be Tranquility going down to the title surge of Wu Yang. Evan's corner here in a bit of danger. Wraithborn has to come out from himself here. 75% now as Blobby taking up quite a lot here. Kingsize just can't get through his damage reduction here, and it will be another disjointed team kill here for the Centennial side. 99% to 90 now, and I don't think West High can touch. 98, and they can't make it. 2-0 in Centennial's favor, both map and series scores. So now West High, they need to reverse sweep Flashpoint, then they need to reverse sweep the series. So definitely a tall task, but it all starts right now for the Vikings here. Again, their season is over if they lose at this point. The semifinal right now could be over in the next 90 seconds. As we'll see the Hazard hold on an aggressive position here. Blobby backing away, but again, that nice Suzu there. Suzu Wave able to keep him alive. I thought he was surely dead, but no. Nice support work there by Centennial, able to keep them alive. And again, West High, they make good decisions. That was a good decision to try and pick the Hazard there, but just get saved. They just get outplayed in the tiny details. Blizzard comes out now, trying to take down Hazard. He will finally get exploded here. No shenanigans to save him this go around. Kingsize trying to chase on to Ivy here, as we'll see the side of Ombre trying to help out 2U, force into the Cryo. Lateralis goes down on the flank there to that ranged Reaper shotgun. Again, base kit these days, I believe. So definitely pretty nice for the Reapers here to just have access to that. Obviously, they now get to refresh it whenever they use an ability or they reload with the aid of one of their perks, but definitely interesting to see it moved into the character's base kit now. As we'll see for the moment, continued aggression now. Blobby going to charge in here, jump in, Spike Wall goes down, Kingsize able to fly over it, Maywall as well going to get thrown in, but everybody either able to get past or above it. As we'll see Blobby trying to keep the damage down onto the Diva, 50% for West High, Downpour comes in, and is going to catch everybody. The beat though comes down here to try and keep Ghosty Boy and Tranquility alive. They will be able to survive the Downpour here and try and get back to a safer spot. Hits in a rush now for Tranquility, tries to find a nice line over the point. It will indeed, as it will be the Death Blossom coming out here by Evan's corner. Gets Lateralis, Jadis goes down, Deblis goes down. They do retrade Tranquility as Blobby trying to find Evan's corner now to try and keep this fight continuing, but with Ivy's death, it's Blobby in the 1v3, Maze on the way back, 1v4 really, so it should be West High's first point here in, again, one of these neutral maps at this point for Hazard. I think you just go on point and force them to kill you, take the death, get the red back to your team here, but we'll see if the rest of the team wants to try and help him in this fight. My assumption at this point would almost just be no, as they try and get a Suzu to him. If they got the Suzu, maybe we can take the fight, but they're not going to get there in time, so the first point now in favor of West High taken here, as we'll see them, again, that's the step they have to take, right? If they're going to win the semifinal and or win the season, they'll have to win the finals, but to get there, they have to win the round right now. So we'll see it now, flashpoint number 4 unlocking as we head on over to this next point. Lobby frozen, taken to an inch, as we'll see it for the moment here, trying to hold back onto the high ground. We'll see it Blobby. If he does get caught, obviously have to be careful of things like this Blizzard. If he gets frozen, should say, definitely can be a concern as Lateralis drops the Death Blossom. Diva Matrix able to block away a lot of it here. It is going to then be the Diva ultimate coming down here to try and keep a little bit of stability here. You want to get that mech back immediately as we'll see Tidal Burst now. Blobby just going to sprint into the backside. Looks like he maybe messed the jump up a little bit. Not sure what happened there. Maybe he opted to wall climb that and then take a jump, but not going to get too much on it, but the rest of the fight still goes in their favor. There goes Ghosty, there goes Evans, and now they will continue back here. They are on the point still, 2-1 in their favor, and they still are now passing around 30%. Just going to get past a quarter now, 30% on that objective, as we'll see Blobby here Looking to keep on here. They're going to back up, look to go onto this high ground here as KingSize peeks around the corner. The rest of the team shortly behind, as we'll see this side of Hazard here. Looking to, again, lead the charge here. Waiting for the right call here. D.Va taken to about half HP there. Has to go into hiding here, as we'll see the Kiriko try and come over to heal here. It's going to be D.Va walking around. Protocol Override comes out. D.Va definitely a strong counter to the Ombre, but we don't have thrusters, so we really can't get in this Ombre space right now, and it's not going to be able to find the kill either. Blizzard comes out here, going to put a little bit of danger on the point now for the side of Centennial. They get 80% on their first hold, but they are going to get team killed here. Blobby going to throw himself off the map for the 5th kill. Stops it from being a team kill. Maybe the respawn was just in time, but again, all 5 players dead at functionally the same time on a reset. 20% to West High, but again, considering Flashpoint's nature, it really wouldn't surprise me if we get to one fight territory here. Maybe a little bit of a rush effort from the side of West High will allow them a second fight if they were to lose one, but obviously the best goal, just don't lose a fight. Lateralis is going to come in here from the flank. It's going to be the Kitsune Rush coming in. Hazard on the low ground, Reaper on the flank here, so really disjointed for Centennial, trying to get a really nice pinch on it. Hazard able to get back over to his healers before things become a problem. Reaper as well, let's just shadow step back over to a better angle. So obviously a quick regroup here from Centennial after they see that pinch, not necessarily getting them the result they want. Ivy taken low here on the Kiriko as Hazard triple stab here with the leap, as we'll see Blobby taken really low, and the Suzu just comes down late here. Ghosty Boy does get traded as well, but with the death of Blobby, doesn't look too great right now. Death Blossom goes in for 1 and 2. Evans Corner goes down as well, but I really don't know what Devilish Joker can do here. It's going to go to round number 5 here on Flashpoint. Well done by the Vikings. Again, it doesn't necessarily look pretty all of the time. Like, they lost a lot of progress at the start of that point, but at the end of the day, they captured it, and that is all that matters here, as we'll see if West High can make it 3 in a row for the reverse sweep. Potentially could be a nice omen toward what may happen in maps 4 and 5, but obviously, before they can worry about map 4 and 5, they have to worry about objective 5 here on the side of Atlas here. We'll see the spike come down to you. Just executed. Beautifully done by Blobby there. Able to get the immediate one-tap here, as we'll see them chase it down now. J-Dace does have ultimate to work with, but at this point, they would love to use nothing more to get this first possession here, to try and hold everything for the refight. D.Va trying to chase onto Blobby for the moment here. Blobby able to back away here. Suzu comes in as well to make sure he can get healed back up, and now there goes Ghosty Boy. Gonna look to D-net KingSize here. Definitely need to hold on to the mech if we do get DMAC'd, but not going to be anything of that nature. Simply flies out with the thrusters. Respawn comes in for the double supports here, and again, look at the ultimate economy across the board. Everything right now for Centennial, with the exception of their Blizzard at half. For the opposition here, KingSize 2U both hold on to theirs, and double support ults at 90% right now, so definitely farmable for West High before they get into this fight. As a Blossom, though, going to pull the trigger quickly here, as it will be able to get an early kill. Evans Quarter goes down, actually to the wave, and then J-Dace able to get another kill with his ultimate. KingSize goes down as well, decides to hold on to the ultimate there. You've already lost the start of the fight, so just a very quick team kill here for the side of Centennial. West High, they want to close that fight off as quickly as possible and get it recycled to the next one. 60% secured now by Centennial, and again, the only ultimates used there were the Wu Yang and the Reaper ult, so definitely nice holding on here for the side of Centennial. Obviously, Evans Corner doesn't have that Reaper ult quite yet for their side, as it will be the downpour, trying to just catch D.Va off guard. If KingSize loses the mech here, have to ult, and we have to stay alive. B comes out to keep KingSize alive, allows him to get back into that mech. Devilish Joker as well, trying to finish working on the Blizzard here. Ultimate gonna get used now by the Kiriko. Here's J-Dace, very low. 2U gonna chase him down. 99%. Blizzard getting committed. It's very aggressive on this Blizzard here. If they don't catch it, this Blizzard burn, they do actually get the counter Blizzard out of the side of 2U, so ends up being an ultimate neutral play there. As the fight goes to West High, who must now play the rest of the map perfectly. If they lose one fight, the series is over. Their chances of winning anything higher than that 3rd place are going to be gone. 20% on the objective. Flashpoints, again, typically go very quickly, as Centennial trying to strike their way into the grand finals. And they could do it here with 1 fight win, but they have no ultimates to make it happen. Evans Corner, the closest anyone has, 73% to Death Blossom. Again, 10 perks on the board. It's a completely even fight unless those ultimates get farmed, as we'll see J-Dace trying to work on the backside, and Ghosty Boy blown up. 2U has to go into the cryo here as well. Blobby trying to work on the rest of the team here, but we throw the May off the map, and that's going to be a 2nd kill here. Blobby comes up huge at the start of the final fight. KingSize going to go in out of the mech as well, trying to chase down Ivy. Suzy comes out. The D.Va should get finished off here, and Centennial trying to do it. The Blossom comes out. It takes down Devilish, but the rest of the team is gone. Ghosty Boy on the respawn is taken down. The flip comes through, and can 2U even touch? I don't think the May can. Jumps over And that is it. Centennial with an absurd performance in the semi-final here. Really nicely done for them as they just take the series. An extremely well-played day by them. Again, there were some struggles for them throughout the regular season, right? You look back to the time they played this team in the regular season. Back in week number 4, they lost 3-1, and that was a similar story for Centennial. A lot of their other weeks, 3-1 losses, 3-2 losses. A couple times they got swept, but again, despite their placement on the standings sheet, they end up walking away with a win in their quarterfinal against Ghost, a win in their semifinal now against this side here. And again, the Vikings, a great season for them. They make it to the semis, but just not able to take that final step forward, as it will be the win for Centennial. Again, congratulations to them for a fantastic playoff run so far here. Obviously, we'll wish them the best of luck against either Lancaster or the West Texas Kraken, which obviously, I believe, yet to be seen which of those teams are going to make their way into the finals as well. But for us here at VHEL, we appreciate you all for joining us for this semi-final here in Overwatch. Definitely keep an eye out for the rest of the week's matches here. Obviously, had Fortnite build duos yesterday, Overwatch 2 semis today. Tomorrow we should have our ALGS watch party for the Apex Legends finals, and then on Thursday we'll be back with West Texas versus Southeast Las Vegas in our Valorant semifinals. But for now, we're VHEL. I've been Colonel here with Crazy P and the Side of Edge. Thank you all for joining us today, and we'll see you again hopefully tomorrow for some Apex Legends.